Well, welcome back YouTube to Hodge Garage, and today we're doing a trailer brake controller. TJ's with me today, and we're doing this because we actually made a little addition to the Hodge Garage. Show you here, this is a 20-foot Blazer trailer. I got it from Indiana Trailer Company. Even threw in this awesome hat that's Ben Werner over there. If you're in the Kentuckiana area, southern Indiana, I would highly recommend Ben. He does a great job. He's got a great product here, and we've already used it. So that'll be in some upcoming videos. You may have seen the car in the background a second ago. But we did add this Chevy Biscayne 1968. Yep, TJ's excited about it. And we hauled it with this trailer. So it's an Alabama company that makes these trailers. TJ's really excited about that video coming up. He wants to show you all the inside of the car, which we'll get to in a minute, trust me. But we're going to focus in on this trailer brake for now. But that's the trailer. It's got brakes on it. The 09 Silverado comes with the 7-pin connect. Like you can, whoop, probably should show my license plate. I don't know. People don't do that on YouTube. So anyway, it's got the 7-pin, and it doesn't have an actual controller built into the truck. You have to add that in separately. I've never had a trailer with brakes on it before, so we're going to do that today, and I'm going to show you how that works. It seems like a pretty straightforward process, especially considering GM was nice enough to include like what the color wires mean on it. So we'll show you that. For starters, before you start, go ahead and unhook the negative battery terminal to the truck. Just make sure you don't mess anything up as you're doing this, because you don't want to be digging out electrical issues on these trucks. So let's get in it. All right, YouTube. So yeah, I did not intend on making this video or this additional segment to the video, but I got in here, tried out the brake controller. This is after I had already completed the video I intended to publish, and it doesn't work. Well, that's weird. It should. We come around inside of here, and I'm going to basically splice this into the middle of the video, right before the end. But I didn't plan on doing this because it should have worked. So the wiring is pretty much correct. I mean, it is correct, okay? Put the DMM on it, basically turn on the truck. I don't have the key on me right now. But this brake controller just stays blank, nothing there. So you go over here to the handy dandy thing, and you should at least have a dot showing, okay? That's weird, no dot. So you go to the troubleshooting, all right? And in the troubleshooting, if it says it's blank, like this, it means there's no power. How is that? Well, start running these wires and looking at them, and I'm like, I take the DMM, and I'm like, these voltages aren't adding up. So, like any good YouTube mechanic who makes YouTube videos, I went to YouTube and found a great video, 5 minutes long, maybe. All right, yeah, the dude's not getting any power because it ain't hooked up. There are 2 wires on here the GM did not hook up. I don't know why, but they didn't. So if you come to the left side of your box here with all your fuses down in here off this wiring harness, I'm struggling to get there is a, well, you know, red and black wire. Already has a little connector on it and everything. Just taped off here. So you have to take that wire here on the left side, if you're looking at it, and you've got to run it here. Now there's one other one right there. That actually goes right there. Now, the problem with this is I didn't know that. So now I have to somehow dig through all of my junk nuts and everything and try to find nuts that fit this. This one I can't find in my stuff, so I'm going to have to go buy that. And according to that video, it hooks up to these 2 fuses. Yeah, that's right. I only have one of them. Awesome. So I'm going to have to get the 40 amp fuse that belongs there and hooks to these here, and this red wire here comes over here, and yeah, that should bring power back online. So if if you're watching my video and you're like, hey, I'm gonna put this brake controller in, do this step first. That would be my advice. All right, make sure you've got the right size nuts that go on here and the fuse that is supposedly missing. When I check it in the fuse thing here, I don't know if y'all can even see it. It's over here, it's 68. Let me get that down. All right, and down here it says stud 1, 40 amps. Yeah. So we're gonna have to do that. And then 63, stud 2, 30 amps. So basically, those are there to provide power, 30 amp, 40 amp power if you need them. And in this case we do, because we need to power up this trailer system. So that's, I'm gonna throw this in there and save you guys a ton of time if you're doing this from scratch. There's that down there, right below the brake booster, okay? Taped to a wiring harness. That comes up and it goes here. That one back there, untape it, bring it here. I'm gonna call a friend up, see if he happens to have a nut that will fit this. I found a pretty much identical bolt, so I'm just gonna take that bolt and try to figure it out. But man, that's really frustrating. And I was planning on using this trailer tomorrow morning and really wanted brakes on it. So gonna have to yeah, figure that one out. But anyway, thanks for watching the video, and yeah, I'll let you get back to the final segment of the video. All right, so we're inside the truck now, and it's a little dirty. It's a truck. All right, this is not some sort of glamorous hot rod or something like that. So we use this truck, we work. All right, this is the wiring harness, and just to give you an idea where it's located, if you follow up this brake pedal, there's a bundle of wires right here. These wires are included in that bundle. You just got to take them out. They drop down like literally right there where the brake pedal goes up to the firewall. And you can see from the factory, one, they had tape on them. They were taped off on the ends. Went ahead and removed that for now. We'll get back to that in a minute. But up here, there's a sweet coloring code set up here that tells you exactly what everything is, and the directions it came with are super straightforward. All right, at least for this particular model. This is a let me get the box here. Brakeman 4 from Tikansha? I don't know. All right, but I'm sure it's it got great reviews, so that's why I purchased it. The one thing, I think it was like maybe $45 or something like that, but you can see it's 1 to 4 axles, plug and play. Well, in our case, it's not exactly plug and play. It does come with a additional quick connect. If not this particular one, this is the cheaper version, but you can add in another length of wires with a quick connect that goes in here. You're still going to need to wire it up to this on the other end. So no matter what, you're going to get into this wiring stuff. I didn't purchase it, and it doesn't really bother me any. We're going to go ahead and actually disconnect this little thing. I might just cut it, I don't know yet. Maybe we'll try to save it. It's got 2 little pieces here that you push in, and this green piece comes out, and the wires should come out at that point. But you know, I think maybe the easiest thing is to go ahead and we'll just cut it and we'll wire it directly into this wiring harness. What I want to do with this is, I know a lot of them, they go here directly below the steering wheel. I don't necessarily want to do that. I actually want to mount it on the other side of the ashtray, and we're going to go around this pillar here, or whatever this thing is. We're going to go around that, so the wiring will actually go up and around like that, and then we can tie it off to some stuff up here with zip ties or tape or whatever. But that's where we're going to get going. First thing I'm going to do is take my wire strippers. There we go. TJ's helping me out with that one. And we're going to basically trim these down so we can put these little connectors on.
Don't cut the red piece, it'll explode.
And TJ thinks it's a bomb, and if you cut the red wire, it'll explode, but it is not a bomb, so we don't have to worry about that. So anyway, I don't think I need to show you guys how to add these in. They're pretty self-explanatory. Slide the wire in there, crimp it down with your strippers, or if you've got a dedicated crimper, use that. Whatever you want to do. But we're going to go with the battery, which, well, look at that, it fell off. So this is actually pretty good if you don't have one still on yours. This is what all the colors mean. Okay, so you can see red, black is the battery, and so we'll need that one for sure because that's the black wire on our trailer brake control. Then we're going to need the ground, the stoplight, and then, am I going backwards here? Yeah, battery, stoplight, ground, and then the brake. So I think some of these do match up. You can see the blue white is the brake switch on the truck wiring. So we'll go ahead and get into that now. Alright, so we've got it mocked up here. I didn't want to crimp anything in just yet because I wanted to just triple check, make sure I got everything exactly the way I want it to look. And yeah, so a couple differences in wire colors. Alright, so white goes to white and blue goes to blue. Alright, that's pretty straightforward right off the bat. However, the red wire from the controller does not go to the red-black wire of the truck. Alright, you can see here the red wire from the controller is actually our brake switch light. Okay, I think on here just calls it stoplight on these. Yeah, that's what they mean. And then the black wire from the controller goes into the red-black wire of the truck. So that's what it's going to look like once you get it all together. And then basically just come in with your crimper, your wire stripper, crimper tool, crimp those down, and then make sure you get it mounted up there real nice so it's not, you don't want wires dangling down. It takes 2 extra minutes of work to get that done. And then I'm kind of debating on where I want to put it. So I'm actually going to get it crimped in, sit in the truck, and I want to move this controller to a spot where I think I want it. Originally, I was thinking over on the right side of the ashtray, but as I was doing this, I was like, well, if I want to reach it, is that too far? I don't know. So it might go to the left side of the ashtray, like right in this area here. But I'm going to sit in here, I'm going to check it out, get a good idea. It comes with this bracket here, as well as some self-tapping screws. That all comes in the kit. So just find the place that you want to mount it. It'll pretty much mount anywhere you want to go with it. If you wanted to run the wiring up the dash, you could put it on top if you wanted to. You probably need some longer wires, but with this, yeah, wherever is most comfortable for you, that's where you put it. I know a lot of people really like it directly below the steering wheel, right in this area. I just worry about hitting it with my leg getting in and out of the truck, and I don't want to do that. So I want to make sure it's out of the way, but still accessible, because you need to be able to, you know, do your little controls. So it's got like the manual brake control on it, set your gain and all that other good stuff. So that's how you wire it up. Hopefully this video helps some of you guys. Like I said, there's the wiring again up close so that you can see the colors: blue to blue, white to white. All right, those are the two you gotta knock out, and then black to the red black wire, and then red to the blue white wire, which kind of looks gray, not really blue, but I don't know. That's how it goes. So hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, please like and subscribe. If you have comments, I try to respond to those as fast as possible. Feel free to leave me a comment, question, whatever. And hopefully you guys continue to check out my videos. That's why I make them, is because people still watch them. So I'll keep making them as long as everybody's watching them. With that being said, make sure if you need a trailer and you're in the Kentuckiana area, Southern Indiana, Louisville, check out Ben over at Indiana Trailer Company. Give him a call if nothing else. Just get a price from him. See if he can beat or do just as good as another company. So anyway, thanks again. Like I said, like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all back here again on the next video, which is probably going to be our '68 Chevy. Thanks for watching.